Created in Barcelona takes a closer look at the local artists who are changing the game. Young visionaries who keep the city's heart pulsing, drawing attention from the eyes of the world. On this episode, we visit one of the city's most precious gardens and a local favorite restaurant with food conceptualist Pepi de Boissieu. Would you say that nature is an inspiration to you?
100%. I get really inspired by nature, the textures, the perfect design it has.
When did you realize that you wanted to become an artist?
I didn't. It came out naturally, I think. I always worked with creativity, so it came out organically to start my own path.
You've lived all over the world. What is it about Barcelona that has inspired or lifted your work?
I think the people hooked me, because there is an amazing creativity, talent and force, like engine between young people, at least when I arrived here 10 years ago.
We are here in Chennai, and this is a place I always go to if I'm craving a good plate of pasta.
Yeah, me too.
What is so special about this place for you?
Well, I like the vibe. Their cuisine is a very traditional cuisine. It's very authentic. It's very simple. It doesn't have any foams, any artificial things. And I very much trust their produce for the cooking.
When did you decide to communicate through food and make it art?
After some years, when I arrived in Barcelona, I met by chance this amazing artist called Miralda. He's been working with food since the late 60s. Mostly he taught me to think about the invisible part of food, like where it comes from, what kind of politics there is behind the food, how it inflects in a society at the moment of sharing it, things like that.
I was wondering if there's any space in your creations for music?
I work with music a lot. Since the morning when I wake up, I really enjoy listening to classical music almost every day. Okay. I have a very nice playlist.
Okay.
I will share it.
Oh, that's nice.
With
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. For this episode, we invited electronic duo Aurel to perform in our studio. Formed in 2017, this year they released 2 EPs, and here we have them today. This is Aurel.
System is now lead by a playful
Hello, Pepi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank
Taking
you
the
for
time
inviting
to talk
me.
to us. I am always really interested in the roots of the people that we interview. Can you tell us a little bit about your beginnings, where you're from?
I'm half French, half Argentinian, but I was born in the States. I began as a scenographer for theater. In Barcelona, I met Miralda, artist Miralda, and I started working with food and culture. I organically created my studio, which is oriented in food, towards food, but also into creative direction for spaces and concepts and other things.
And you said that you worked with the iconic Miralda.
Yeah, I learned a lot from him. He's a great artist, and it's very fresh to work with him, even if he's in his 70s. I learned a lot with him to think about food and art through other perspectives, like politics and food, social problems and food, art and food. It was very interesting in that term, in learning how to think a lot out of the box.
What does sharing a meal mean to you? What is the act of eating together? What are the values that you see in just like investing so much time in food and curating events around food and sharing meal?
Every time you get together with someone, you have food or drinks between you and that other person. I think it's an exercise we've been doing like forever, and is a way we know how to relate and socialize. It's a way of sharing. I'm interested in that aspect in my work because I think it's important to give it a significance. And I think it's a great opportunity and a great space to tell a story about something, because food finally, tells us a lot of stories.